Hi, YouTube. How are you doing? Hi, Facebook. How are you doing? Say hi if you come on. Say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you watch the replay so I can see how many people watch after I post this. Okay? So we're going to get started. Let me fix my hair. It's a mess. We're having chicken and broccoli with rice. It's a little bit of a different recipe. It's kind of. So I'm going to go with the ingredients. The chicken breast is, you slice it. I pre-sliced it. It's right here. Okay, I'm just going to show you a piece because I washed my hands already, so I don't just, let me see. Hold on, guys. It's been sliced like this, sliced in the pieces, you know. You can cut it into chunks if you'd rather. If you'd rather do chunks, you know, that's fine as well. You don't have to do slices, but I decided to do it since they said it and I want to change it up. Okay? So we're going to cook those. And when they're done, we're going to put it in a separate bowl to get it out the way so we can make the sauce. Now in the video, because I got a list of ingredients, but in the video it showed making the sauce in the bowl and then dumping it into the pan. Why dirty up a bowl? Just mix it in the pan. Yeah. But I'm going to get, I was thinking of getting a bowl to put the chicken in and mix all the seasonings in because it says you're going to season. It says seasoning of choice. So any seasonings you want to mix on your chicken and coat it lightly with baking powder. I don't know why, but it says coated lightly with baking powder. So I'm going to coat it very lightly with some baking powder. And then we put it in a pan with the preheated. So I'm going to put it in this pan that I always use. Okay? Let me bring you down just a little bit. Get that out the way. Okay. So, yeah, I'm watching. There's a pay-per-view for my wrestling, so every once in a while my eyes may go over there just to see since I can't really hear it because I had to turn it down for you guys. But if anyone comes on here, hi, Donna. Oh, you're on here fast. Good. Thank you for coming on, Donna. Can you hear the TV? I just wanted to get somebody on here so you could see if you could hear the TV. Can you hear the TV? I just want to make sure it's not too loud. Okay? Want to make sure it's not too loud. Just let me know. Okay, so there's the Cash App. And the Cash App I'm going to pin. So the pinned star comment is automatically there every time. I don't put it there. You make up a main comment and then it comes there, every time for people to give you stars. So that'll be in the comments if you want to read it. But I'm gonna read it. There you go. Okay, just as long as you can hear me well. Okay, and there's the Amazon wish list. Okay. So hold on, YouTube. Oh, hold on, I messed up. Okay, so YouTube, there is my Cash App. I keep saying I'm going to put the Amazon wish list there, but I have to go on my phone or my iPad and, my phone because my iPad's being used. Forgot. I might have to go on there and bring up the live and then I can paste the Amazon wish list, but I keep forgetting to do that, so it's okay. It's on Facebook. That's what matters. Okay, so I don't know who watches WWE, if anybody, but I'm watching the pay-per-view that's on now. So I know which team I want to win. Okay, so it's chicken and broccoli with rice, okay? Let me get out my pan. It's just, the recipe is just for the chicken and broccoli. And you can put it beside the rice, or you can put it on top of rice, or you can use pasta, or, you know, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Okay? So let's go back. I was finishing up with the ingredients. So once again, it's chicken breast, however many you want. It's not a specific amount. It's just how much you want to make, okay? So you've got, okay, so slice it like I just showed, you know, in slices. Unless you want to do it in cubes, you can do that too. But I'm doing it in slices this time. Season it with whatever you want, and then coat it lightly with baking powder, and then put it in the pan with heated oil. Okay? And then you're going to use broccoli that's been steamed, not fully tender. Because you know how chicken and broccoli is at the Chinese restaurants. It's not fully cooked. It's like half cooked. You know what I mean? Still got a little crunch to it, but it's kind of, you know. If you want to do it that way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some broccoli. I got to go out there. I got some broccoli, and it's regular broccoli, and I'm going to put it in the microwave, cook it halfway, and then put it in the pan. Like when the sauce is done, I put the chicken back in there. I'm going to put the broccoli back in there and let it, you know, while the sauce is doing its thing, the broccoli can cook a little more, because I like my broccoli soft. I eat it the way they make it at the Chinese restaurant. It's fine, but I'd rather have it soft. Okay? And then the sauce. Now, they wrote down here, please note, the measurements I give you are not going to be exact measurements. They don't use exact measurements, but it's an estimation for the person who gave this recipe, okay? So the measurements I give you are going to be an estimation. You can adjust it higher or lower, okay? Because this person doesn't really measure much. 2/3 of chicken broth, okay? Chicken broth. Now, if you're going to use no more than 1 3/4, because that's how much a can of chicken broth is. 1 3/4. If you're not going to use more than that, then you can use a can. But if you're going to use more than that, you need a bigger one. But it says here 2/3, so that's less than a cup. So even if you add a little more, you might not, unless you're doubling it or doing whatever, you know. So then you're going to use 1/4 of a cup of Hoisin sauce. Hoisin. This is Hoisin. Y'all don't know, I've used Hoisin before. I usually buy the small jar, but I didn't see it, so I got this one. Hoisin. Hoisin sauce. Okay, you find that in the Chinese aisle with the Chinese stuff. Okay, then you got 1 to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. It depends on how sweet you want it, more or less. You can even do less than a tablespoon or more than 2 tablespoons, but she just put 1 to 2 tablespoons. It depends how sweet you like your stuff, because brown sugar, when it melts, it caramelizes, it becomes very sweet. So, and then 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. Rice vinegar. Okay, this is rice vinegar. I used a tiny bit, not much, or somebody did. I think it's, it looks like it would be in the Chinese aisle. I can't remember. I've had this. Okay. So rice vinegar. And you're going to do 2 tablespoons. It says 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. Now, I don't know if that's for the thickening agent, because the slurry or whatever they call it, because it's usually I think it was when I saw somebody making something, a recipe on Facebook or somewhere when I was looking earlier today. I think it was 1 tablespoon. Wait, it's either 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to 1 tablespoon of water, or 2 tablespoons of water to 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. It's like a slurry to make your sauce thicker. But I think it's 1 part cornstarch to 2 parts water. So, because 1 part water to 1 part corn. I mean, 2 parts cornstarch to 1 part water would make it too thick, and that's you want it more like watery, like watery. So if this is for the slurry to make your sauce thick, then you probably if you're gonna do 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, then you would do 4 tablespoons of water. But if you don't need that much slurry, then you don't need that much. Then you can just do 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, 1 part cornstarch and 2 parts water. Okay? So you can do 2 tablespoons to 4 tablespoons of water, and then just let it set in the little cup where you mixed it, and just use as much as you want. Because in the video, it just showed her pouring a little bit at a time and stirring it and seeing. You may not need it all, okay? So just do 2 tablespoons to 4 tablespoons of water. In a normal batch of stuff, usually they tell me 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of water. So, but just remember, 1 part cornstarch to 2 parts water. So it's almost like doubling it. So like if you were gonna do 5 tablespoons of cornstarch because you had a huge batch, 5 tablespoons of cornstarch, then you would do 10 tablespoons of water. So like that. Or if you're doing a huge batch like at a restaurant, you would eventually take the tablespoons and put them into cups or whatever, Okay. So that's that. All right, thank you. So then it says you can add a little sriracha depending on how spicy you want it. So if you want a little spice, you can add a little sriracha. No big deal. And, if you're not a sriracha person, you can always just add any kind of hot sauce on your plate because not everyone may not like it. Okay, so we use Frank's Red Hot. So that's what we use. So you can use whatever. Or if everybody likes hot sauce, you can mix it into it. But it says sriracha because it's more of I guess sriracha is more of a Chinese hot sauce. You know what I mean? And Frank's Red Hot's fine enough. But if you like that better, then that's fine. Okay? All right. I know Facebook, when I go over by that, my dry food closet, you can't see me, but YouTube can because it's facing straight. But y'all are facing like this way towards the... You guys are facing towards the stove. Facebook on my computer, it's facing towards, like I go back towards my window, but it can still see my stove too. Okay? So let's get this going. All right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil in here, and I usually use olive oil when I'm frying chicken or something. And then, I use like vegetable oil when I'm like putting it in a pot of boiling water for the pasta to cook or something like that. Or if a recipe says vegetable oil, some baking recipes do. Now my son was like, they're both the same, you don't need. But if you're on here, let me know the answer to this. And if you're watching the replay, comment your answer. Do you buy different oils? Like, do you buy olive oil or coconut oil or let's see, olive oil, coconut oil. Then you've got avocado oil. I sometimes buy avocado oil instead of olive oil. But do you use coconut oil, olive oil or any of that separate than you do vegetable oil? Buy that for something else? Or do you just use one oil for everything? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Okay. Let me get the oil in here. Alrighty, got that done. Now let me turn it on so it can start preheating. I'm going to put it on about a 7, and then if it gets too hot, I can turn it down. Now I'll be right back. I got to go get the plug for my computer. It's about to die. I had it charging all day, but something must have gone wrong because it didn't charge. Really, it didn't. I don't know if the plug was not in all right, but it's not. I don't know if it was in, but I was wondering why it was getting dark on the computer. Yeah, guys, I was wondering why my computer face was getting dark. I was like, why is it getting dark? So, hold on, guys. YouTube, I'm trying to be fast with this so you don't die. It was blinking. I thought it was charging. I don't know. All right, hold on, YouTube. I'm going to bring it over here behind my computer. I mean, my microwave. I'm trying to get it here because it's a tight fit, and this has to be straight in, not. Well, I'm going to end up having to fix my microwave time again because the way the plug goes in straight, not to the side, it either has to be at the bottom or nothing has to be at. If it's going to go on the top, nothing can be on the bottom. If it's going to go on the bottom, then whatever's there can't go there. So, all right, it looks like, all right, it's plugged in. It's good. So if that ever happens, I'm close to the plug. It's good. Alrighty, guys. Let's turn on this. I always forget to turn on this. Where I used to live before, I turn it on every time before. But this time I keep forgetting to turn it on. Okay. So I'm going to put the chicken in and get it started, and then I'm going to prep the rice, get the rice ready, and start that cooking. Okay? And then we'll go back and check on the chicken and stir that. Okay? So, got my rice. I took out all the ingredients before I came live, but I did forget a couple, like the cornstarch and then the rice, Okay. But let's get this on here. Oh, while it's still heating, I forgot to put my seasonings. I was going to put it in a bowl, mix the chicken all up, but and then I was thinking about mixing it up with, you know how some people put a little bit of oil on their chicken so the seasonings will stick? But there's oil in the pan, so I don't have to, but I am still going to. And usually I'll use olive oil. And I'm just going to put a very tiny bit because I'm using the cutting board. I don't want a lot. Okay, got that. Now, and I forgot to take my seasonings out, but we're going to use paprika. Actually, I'm going to give it a little bit of smoked paprika. So I can give it a smoky flavor this time. Okay, and we're going to use onion powder and garlic powder, wherever that is. Right there. Okay, and then we are going to see what else I got. Let me see, guys. Okay, since this is kind of like a Chinese meal, I'm trying not to go too out the way. So I've got garlic powder, onion powder. I'm going to use salt and pepper like I always do. I'm going to use, let's see what else we got. We got poultry seasoning, but it's not. We got Santaran's black seasoning. Oh, I like that too. I keep forgetting when I can use that. Blackened seasoning, that's what it is. Blackened seasoning. So I'm going to use a little bit, not much, of the where'd it go? I just said it. The chicken's, the poultry seasoning. Here it is. I'm just going to use a little bit of that. But first, I always put salt and pepper. Okay. It's time to get it in there, but I just totally forgot. Then I would have just ended up seasoning it in the pan, but And then once I get it in there and get the rice going, then I'm going to wipe this counter down because some of the seasoning is going to come off the cutting board. sometimes it's done. And I'd rather do it over here where it's not over the heat because sometimes it clumps up the seasoning. You know how it is. There we go. That's that. All right. So now I always put garlic salt, onion salt first, whichever one I want. Garlic salt, garlic powder and onion powder. If I had garlic salt or onion salt, I wouldn't put any regular salt on there. But I don't like buying that stuff, so. Okay. And then once I get all this chicken in there, then I'm going to wash my hands. Well, because I bought some gloves. I think they're. Oh, here they are. I have not used them yet. I think I bought them a week or two ago. Okay, there I go. So, they're lightly powdered. I didn't even look at that until I got home. I was like, I don't like powdered gloves, but you know. All right, guys. Still trying to see who's winning my girls. Yeah, when I said I was cooking today, I forgot about my wrestling, but because I didn't cook yesterday because I forgot I knew I wasn't going to probably have leftover food because we went to someone's house, but we went to a Christmas tree lighting thing. Wow, Donna. How many feet of snow you got so far? Nobody on YouTube. We don't get snow. We just got it like 1 year in like 2021. We got like almost a foot of snow or inches of snow. Oh, it was bad here. But San Antonio hadn't seen snow. San Antonio hadn't seen snow in like a decade or more, probably. Who knows? But you know, that's because. All right. As soon as I get this chicken in, I'm gonna go put my gloves in the trash, and then I'm going to bring the trash here so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Okay? All right. Oh, I was going to put some poultry seasoning on. I forgot. All right, I'll put some poultry seasoning in once I get it in the pan. That way I can stir it instead of... Let me add a little more stuff. I could have done it in the pan, but I didn't. Okay, there we go. So now, I usually scrape the chicken in with the knife that I cut it with, but I'm just going to put it in with my hands since I already got gloves on. Yes, and it looks like it's sizzling a lot, so I may turn it down to 6, but I got to wait until I get these gloves off. Okay. I want to pull some of them apart. The slices are all laying on top of each other. Okay, so let me go take these gloves in the trash. I'm in the trash here, I forgot. The team is doing, is they doing good? With Bailey in them? All right, guys, just check it. My team was doing good because it's war games and it's 5 per team. So I was just checking on that. Okay. So let's get this separated. Let's get this. Well, it was sizzling when I first put it in, then it stopped. So I guess I'm just going to leave it on 7. Chicken it. Okay. Now, when it's done, if it doesn't look like a lot of chicken, it did on the cutting board, but somehow, I don't know. Then I'll just take the cooked chicken and cut the slices in half or something, you know. Okay, so let me add some Add a little more. Oh, and I forgot to add the paprika too. I swear, guys, I just forget everything. Get a little more. And when the chicken's done, I'll taste it. See if it tastes seasoned right. Do I need to add any more of anything? Okay? Alrighty. So, let's do this. Just want to add a little more. Make sure all of it got it because I did mix it up with my hand with the gloves on, but you know, some of the chicken that was stuck to another chicken or in between may not have gotten it. Okay? All right. So let's get some of this chicken seasoning in. I'm not going to put much. I bought it for a recipe and I forgot to use it because I tried to sprinkle it and it was not coming out because it wasn't open. So this is the first time using it because I did buy it for a recipe and I don't know what happened. I must not have used it or made. I don't know. So let's do this. Not too much. All right, that's enough. All right, let's get some of this smoked paprika. So remember, I will once again mention what I used. Okay? I used salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of poultry seasoning, and some smoked paprika. I was going to paprika. I was going to use regular paprika, but I wanted a little smokiness to it. All right, Donna. Well, thank you for coming on and saying hi and just checking in. All right. You have a great night as well. All right. I'll try to come live on Monday on this page if you want to come check me out. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I say good night and bye to people when they say they have to go. But yeah, when people come on and say hi and say, you know, how are you doing, what you cooking, checking in, and then even if it's only for 10 minutes and then they leave, it's okay. It's okay. So what I might do is I'm gonna, you know, while this is cooking, I'm gonna clean the cutting board so I can have it again and put the chicken on there when it's done and like cut it in half or whatever. And since I'm already using the cutting board a second time, I'm just gonna leave the chicken on there until I'm done with the sauce. Then the chicken goes back into the sauce. I want to get a good recipe. I found a bottle of orange chicken sauce, you know, the orange sauce for the orange chicken, but I want to find out, see if it's how hard it is to make orange chicken. You know, I mean, cook the chicken, of course, but make the sauce myself instead of getting it from a bottle. You know? See if I can get a good recipe for some orange chicken sauce. And that orange chicken, it usually does come with rice. You get it from the Chinese place, you can get white rice, fried rice, but you can actually get the Chinese noodles. I may see if I can find a pack of them in the store and make the like the lo mein noodles. Yeah, and if I make rice instead of making white rice, I'll make some fried rice, not with chicken in it, but just vegetable fried rice. You know how when you ask for fried rice with your meal, like they give you the choice of the noodles, white rice or fried rice, and when you get the fried rice, it just has the vegetables and the eggs in it. It doesn't have any meat in it because you already got the meat on the, you know. So I could do that too. Yeah, instead of always white rice, you know. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, I might have to cut some of this down. Next time I may just do it in. Yeah. Okay, this is getting there. This is about halfway there. So let me get this rice started. Oh, and I forgot to put some baking powder, cook it in some baking powder, like it said. Yeah, baking powder. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit on there and mix it around. I don't know why it said it, but it did. Like after you put this seasoning, like I put a tiny bit of oil. There's already oil in the pan, but if you want to add just a little bit to your chicken, you can. And you can do it right on the cutting board, or you can put it in a bowl and mix it up after you cut it. Put all your seasonings and then put your just sprinkle a little bit of baking powder over it, and then go ahead. But So yeah, since you're already gonna have your cutting board out to cut, you can always, you know, season it on there. You can put it in a bowl, whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm done with that. Yes, I did it. I got seasoning on my phone. Okay, so see, the recipe is just for the broccoli and chicken. You know, you can make whatever side. Now, I found this recipe. You can just follow me on here because usually I post it on Facebook for about 6 months, and then it disappears after 6 months. On YouTube, it's on there for what forever, but I usually put 6 months. I should leave them on forever. Also, okay, I asked you guys what kind of oil do you use? You stick with, you know, the olive oil, the avocado oil, those kind of oils. Or just that, or do you just stick with like the vegetable oil, canola oil, those oils, or do you buy both and use each one for something separate? Like I do. Like I fry my chicken in the olive oil. You know, I'll put a little bit on the pan when I'm frying something, and I'll use like the vegetable oil to put in water when I'm boiling for pasta and stuff like that. Okay. And you don't have to put the baking powder if you don't want to. I was just trying to see what difference was it going to make than just regularly cooking the chicken. You know. So let's get this rice going, and then I got to clean the cutting board. No wins yet. They won. Bailey and them. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, I'm sorry guys. My team won. My team won. My team won. Yes. I'm just gonna do 3. Last time I did 2 cups of rice for some recipe, and it wasn't quite enough. But I had my son here too, but I still want to go with the third one so I can have leftover. But you know, with rice, when you have like the chicken and broccoli, like let's say I had a whole bunch of chicken and broccoli left, but I ran out of rice, and we already ate dinner. That means the next day I can make some more fresh rice. You know. But I'm using up that. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, so that little cup I measured with in here, that little cup in here, it comes up almost to the top and it says 3/4. But if you go all the way to the top, above the 3/4, it's a cup. So yeah, it was in a container with some rice when we not our last part, no, not our last place, but that was an extended stay. The apartment before that, when we first moved in there, his mom gave us a little container that had some rice in it, and it had that little cup in there. So that was pretty good. If not, I just use measuring cup. Like right now, I'm getting this measuring cup, and I put 3 cups, so 6 cups of water. And hold on, guys. Malik, do you put the wine glasses in the dishwasher? Well, Thomas did when he washed it, and it broke. I didn't tell you it was just in there. When I went to open it to take the dishes out, it was broke. I was like, just cracked on the side, broken on the side, and not all in pieces. But I was like, dang. No, we dry it. Just let me rest. But anyways, okay, chicken's just about done. Sorry, I'm trying to think of saying too many things and think of too many things. Okay, so that rice, let me put. It's usually about. They say 1 teaspoon. I think 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of oil or butter, I guess. So that would be like 3 teaspoons of salt. Then 3 teaspoons of butter I put in here when I cook it. I used to just put a big stirring spoonful of oil in here. And was it my daughter, oldest daughter, or somebody told me it's better to put butter in there, so I did. And why did I put the oil in there? Because I saw my mom do it when I was growing up, so I figured I'm gonna do it because she did it. I don't know why. Okay, so I don't want to go too much. I can always add more salt. Okay, so let me add some butter. Usually I gotta get some I want to get some butter sticks too because I use this butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Can't believe it's not butter. It's a little more expensive. Hi, Maria James. How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? How was your Thanksgiving? Oh, let me ask everybody that. How was everybody's Thanksgiving, by the way? So comment below, how was your Thanksgiving? And I did ask, I forgot what my second question was. I had a second question that I asked. Guys, I can't remember what it was. But I know the first question I had asked that I asked everybody to comment below. Besides, how was your Thanksgiving? When you use oil, do you buy two separate oils or you just use one oil for everything? Like vegetable oil, I use it in like if a recipe calls for it, or in like if I'm baking because it calls for a lot of vegetable oil, especially in cakes and stuff. When I'm frying chicken or cooking up chicken or something like that, I'll put olive oil or avocado oil, depending which one I decided to buy. Because sometimes I buy olive oil or light or like olive oil or the light kind of olive oil, you know what I mean? Or I'll buy avocado oil or coconut oil or any of that stuff. But and then I buy vegetable oil or canola oil or one of those for other stuff. Do you buy separate oils like that or do you just use one oil for everything? And let me know if you come on here and the sound of my TV is too loud. Because I already asked the first person who came on and they said it's not too loud, it's okay. So I just want to know because some other people might think it's louder. Okay? All right, guys. I got the water on because I'm just about to wash my cutting board. Because when the chicken's done, which is about done, I'm going to put it back on the cutting board so I can cut it in half. I cut the chicken because it's chicken and broccoli with rice. I cut the chicken in slices, but the way it looks, I'm going to take the slices and cut them in half to make a little more chicken. Make it look like a lot more chicken. You know what I mean? Yes. So I'm going to wash my cutting board, and while I'm doing this, I'll cut the knife. I can't speak right. I'm going to wash the knife that I cut it with. I was going to wash the knife just because I wanted to wash the knife. But now I think about it, I'm using so I can use the same knife and I don't have to pull out another knife. You know what I mean, people? Let me just... Okay? So. Okay, guys. I am trying to hurry this up because I don't want to burn the chicken. So let me stir the chicken. Okay, so let me turn it down to medium. Dry my cutting board. Since I got those flimsy cutting boards, which I like because you can fold them in half and pour something down like this. Like the red one is for meat. So not quite white, but off white or clear one. That one's for fruits and vegetables. The yellow one is for cheese that I have, and the blue one is for fish. But I've not used the one for fish. It might have been used, but not by me. And cheese, no, because I don't like ever really cut cheese. Okay? So, let me put that cutting board back down. Okay, and my knife that I'm going to use. And since I just had a spoon in there, now I'm going to leave this spoon out because I'm probably going to have to stir the slur, whatever you call it. Slur, thicken your sauce. Yeah. So, oh, shoot, it would help if I turn my rice on. That takes about 15 minutes after it boils. It boils fast. So yeah. So let me get my chicken out. Put it on there. It said put it in a bowl so you can use the pan for sauce. And then put it back on the sauce that's done. The only reason I'm using cutting board again is I wanted to cut little slices of chicken in half just to make it look like more chicken. Okay? First, I also want to.
They're both the same way. We would do defensive and they stop them.
That's stupid.
Offensive shit.
I'm starting out with that and get enough work so I can have people. I like to have my people taste it. So I'm going to go out in the room real quick and I'll come right back.
Fourth quarter came.
That's pretty good, guys.
Yeah.
One piece. No cheese in it this time. No cheese in this meal. Because it's more like a Chinese meal, so it's kind of. Alrighty. Is it good, guys, or needs more seasoning? Because I want to test it.
A little more salt.
Salt?
A little more.
All right, because I was putting a lot of seasoning in it, but. Even if I'm putting it in sauce, you want me to put more salt on it? Because, you know. All right, guys. We're going to add some salt to this. Some more salt to the chicken. Okay. Mix it up. Okay. All right, let me get the sauce going. Okay. So now. All right, I gotta watch the video because they listed the ingredients. Like when you click more, you see the ingredients, but not how to. You have to listen to the video. So it's at the beginning. So what they're doing is they're mixing the sauce, I mean, in the bowl and then pouring it in the pan. But I'm just doing it to the pan. Okay, so basically, the sauce included what's listed under sauce. Okay, like I said, chicken broth, hoisin, brown sugar, rice vinegar, cornstarch, and water. She just said cornstarch, and she mixed it all together. But I'm not mixing the cornstarch till last. I'm gonna make what you call it. I guess it's called a slurry, but I'm gonna mix that for the so I can put it in at the end, right before I put the chicken in to see if it's thicken it up if it needs thickening up. You know what I mean? So. All right.
I don't feel like we worked on you with nerve. I feel like it was just
back up, Brownie. Oh, you need to be a tester too? My dog wants to come taste the chicken too, even though she got a bunch of raw chicken when I was cutting it. I gave her some. Why she needed it? Okay, guys. All right, I'm gonna let her. Good. See, I let her. You still here, Maria? Sometimes I let her eat off my fork. Some people may say ill. I don't care. But I don't care. But not like right now, the fork I have in my hand, because I'm using that to hold the chicken down and cut it. So I just gave it to her. And she grabbed the chicken. She didn't even touch my finger. So. And you got to realize too, because some people will go in the comments and make suggestions about, oh, you didn't put gloves on. Oh, you did this, you did that. Now, I can understand if it was like a big crowd, but if you're doing it just for yourself, or just for you and your husband, or whoever lives at your house or whatever, it's a whole different story how you do it. Now, some of the people we have living here may well want to be clean, but like my husband, it's not such a big deal, If I took a taste off the stirring spoon and I put it back in there and it's just me and my husband, not a big deal because it's just me and my husband, But, if you got other people, it's a whole different story about getting different silverware and like if your hands are clean and you just use your finger, don't use that same finger, wash your hands, all sorts of things. All right, so I'm getting this chicken cut up. I just thought I sliced it and I liked it that way, but I just thought it was too big. Okay, so it makes it look better, I think. Okay. All righty, so I think we got it there. All right, people. All right. We'll just put a little bit more. Okay. Now, like I told you, in the video, she just says the names of the ingredients she uses for the Okay, I turn my rice down. Wrong lid. Here's my lid.
Yeah, it really was what I'm doing again. And then it's fun just now.
Okay, so now I don't really have a place for my can opener, so I usually put my can opener like over here, and then I just plug it in wherever.
Because he was so bad. Like, he was so bad.
Okay.
Never took
So now-
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a bad decision. He always said, no, this is good.
I'm gonna put her measurings in there. I'm gonna put the measurings that she suggested. She said they were only. It wasn't exact because she doesn't usually measure, so she did what she thought. She put down what she thought. So it said 2/3 of chicken broth. 2/3, guys. But if you want to put a little less or you need a little more, because I think I'm gonna. I about double it. So 2/3 and 2/3 would be 4/3, which is 1 and 1/3. Which is 1 and 1/3. You're gonna double it. But if you need a little bit more or less, you can adjust it. This is not exact measurements, like she said. So I'm just following what she suggested, but and I'm doubling it so I can have enough sauce because I put 3 chicken breasts. Okay. So now you got 1/4 of a cup of hoisin, so I'm gonna put 1/2 a cup. 1/2 cup since. And there's not much chicken broth left, so I am going to hold on to, well, there's probably 1/4 cup, close to 1/2, but I'm just going to leave it in the can until the end, make sure I don't need it. Okay, hold on. Who's the next fight?
This is Shinsuke and
Who?
LA Knight.
Oh, not an important fight?
No.
Okay. Just checking on who's fighting on my own paper. Wrestling. Okay, so it says 1/4 of a cup, so I'm going to put 1/2 a cup. Oh, it's thick?
But sometimes you gotta stay down covered.
Yes.
I've seen where you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I thought hoisin was more like liquidy. But no, it's actually. That's why it wasn't coming out fast, because it's more like
For losing the game.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't do that.
one more squeeze.
He's your defensive player too?
Yeah.
So if you'd rather measure this in a dry measuring cup, you know those other kinds, you can. So let's break it down. I thought about it. Maybe if I stirred the hoisin sauce and the chicken broth, maybe I can scoop some up and stir it in the measuring cup to get some of that out. Yeah.
But I agree with that though.
It can be the same thing as you guys always did. Reddit and playoffs. Looking those 5 interceptions. And
Like I scoop some up just to stir it, mix it in a little bit.
blame it on the quarterback and blame it on the head coach. Well, you want to blame it on both of them.
Wait a minute, let me scoop. I'm going over so it doesn't get wet. I'm gonna tilt it so I can put a little bit in there
And he knows.
and stir it up and get the excess hoisin sauce that didn't come out. That's why I gotta keep scraping the bottom because it's soft like paste. I would have put it in, but I forgot. I haven't used hoisin sauce in a while, so.
I agree though. When they say like, they're like, you don't have to put it like that. So let's say it happens. Like, for
So that
example,
works. Let's see what else.
the interception that the lineman got when it was a screen and he was ready to call the ball. Like, you can't really predict that. That's
Check it out.
you expect to happen.
Brown sugar, 1 to 2 tablespoons.
And try to stop him.
And when it comes to the cornstarch, it's tablespoons too. That's why I saved this little spoon out because I was like, oh, put water in cornstarch, but then I forgot tablespoons. So, brown sugar. It said 1 to 2. I'm gonna do 2. No, if you double, it said 1 to 2, so it would be 2 to 4.
But that interception, how it happened was because he thought he had the ball and it must have tripped up, and then the other guy was just right there, and he had to just be right there to get the ball. And he saw it go in. So he just
So I did 2, half
cut
of.
off or something.
So if I need more, I'll just leave the spoon in there in case I need more. It's a kind of boiling, so I'm gonna turn it down to a 4. I don't want it.
You also gotta think about the special teams.
And I'm gonna taste it. If it doesn't taste sweet enough, I'm gonna add a little bit more brown vinegar.
That you gotta stop.
Okay, because it was 1 to 2, so it would be 2 to 4 if I'm doubling it. So I did 2. So I'm gonna do 2 first. I'm gonna do 1 more first, make 3, and then the second one if I need to. If I think I need any more. All right, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. So I'm gonna use this, and then I'll just rinse it and dry it if I need it for the brown sugar. Okay, so since it says 1 tablespoon, I'm gonna put 2. Then I'm gonna taste it all and see if it needs more stuff. That's just this person. It's a woman. It's this woman's. It's not exact measurements. She said I use. It's not the exact measurements I use, but an estimation. I really don't measure much, so yeah. So you just gotta kind of taste.
This true classic t-shirt.
Okay. Then I'll rinse it and dry it if I need it for the. Because I don't want to pull out a second. Okay. So we got that. Let's
Super soft and incredibly
stir it. All right. Let's see in the video. Let's go back just a little bit.
Rice vinegar, cornstarch, and some sriracha. After that, I let my sauce heat up, and then I added my chicken and broccoli to the pan and let it simmer. This is how it came out, y'all. It came out so good. Everybody is here to show support.
Okay. So this is what hers looked like, the video. Okay. Okay. So we've got about 8 minutes left on the rice. I'm going to go ahead and get the broccoli. My broccoli and cheese is here, but my other broccoli's in my deep freezer. Hold on. That hat needs to go back in the room if you're not wearing it. All right, so I got 2 bags. They are 10.8 ounces. I don't know if I need both, so I'm gonna put 1 in the freezer. It was already in the freezer, but it was in the deep freezer. I should have put it. So I'm gonna cook this halfway in the microwave so it will be already cooked because it's gonna make everything cold because it's frozen. So we're gonna do a half. So this is a 1,000 watts microwave. And so it says 5 minutes, so we'll do it for about 3 minutes, okay? And you gotta put it, the backside facing up, okay? So we are going to. Okay, I gotta plug it back in because I unplugged it because I want the cord to go on the bottom. But I was gonna put it on the top if this plug is in the way, but I put it on the bottom so I can use the top one. Try and fix the time later. So, okay, with 3 minutes, let that be. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it in, and then I'm gonna see how. So I'm starting. It's already. Yeah. So that small spoon I put in there, I'm gonna take it back out. I want to taste the sauce.
Go get your ball. Go get your ball. Come on. Over there. Go get it.
That's pretty good. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
Right through. Right through.
That's pretty good. Try this. What's wrong with it? Taste good? Here, try that. That tastes good.
Go get your ball.
Under seasoned, over seasoned? Huh?
Where it tastes it.
What did I make? This sauce is gonna go in with the broccoli and chicken. Like I guess whatever sauce they put in broccoli and chicken.
Go get your ball.
Okay.
Kid.
Let me get like a spoonful of it.
Right there.
Yeah, hold on, guys. If it needs to be a little sweeter, I can add a little more brown sugar because that's what they had me put in there. But
I want to show you that. I want to grass and chicken.
hold on, guys, okay? And this sauce is about done. So, man, it's. So I was trying to taste and see if it needs to be a little sweeter because I added brown sugar, but I didn't add the full amount.
We can put it in.
There's there was hoisin sauce.
What?
Hoisin. 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 It's Chinese sauce. Hoisin sauce, rice vinegar, brown sugar, chicken broth, and that's it. I still have to add. The only thing I have to add is the water and cornstarch stuff. I'm gonna make the chicken it up.
Add some water to it real quick.
Huh?
Add water to it real quick.
Because I'm adding the cornstarch slurp. I guess it's a slurry with it. Why, it's too thick or too
The flavor.
sweet?
It's the taste. I don't know. It's giving me like a headache. Add some water to it. Let's check it out.
All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna turn this down just a little more because I don't want it to burn. And I'm going to add. Got about 2 minutes on the rice, and I'm going to. Fly, get out of here. Oh, fly. I'm trying to cover the brown rice until. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna make my cornstarch slurry. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon. What did I do with it? 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. It's 1 to 2, 1 part cornstarch to 2 part water. Okay. But it says 2 tablespoons of cornstarch on the instructions. It says, no, in the ingredients it said 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. But no, I think it needs 2 tablespoons of water and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. 1, 2. Okay, if you just heard a beep, that was just letting me know that's the minute mark for the timer. So let me get this. Gonna get this stirred up. That's my timer. I need to turn it off. Okay. So now let's stir it up. Sticking up. Oops. I had a little couple of lumps. I didn't stir it quite enough, but it's okay.
No, you're not. Ow!
For this, I'm just going to put this in the measure. I'm going to go get me a whisk. Especially when you're trying to got lumpy stuff in there and you're trying to. Oh, let me check the rice real quick. Oh, well, it could take a few more minutes. Got some a little much liquid in there, so. I'm gonna bring it back down more. Okay. All right, where's? Oh, look for the others. Let's see. Was it a little strong?
What?
The sauce? Because I just put the cornstarch mixture in here to thicken it up. Don't worry about those little pieces. That's probably the chicken left in the kitchen. Oh, the spoon was right there. You used. I didn't use it.
No, I'm gonna put it in sauce that everyone gonna eat.
What's wrong with it?
I like it.
Not at all. Not too strong. Not strong enough.
I just like it.
I like it.
No, if you like it, you like it.
Granted, you won't eat it that way.
I don't know. So what you put in it?
Huh?
This?
Yes, that's hoisin sauce.
I've had it before.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese sauce. I thought it was like watered down, like Worcestershire sauce, but it was thick. It's thick. And then rice vinegar. There's some brown sugar and then. Does it need a little more chicken broth? Does it taste good with that?
It tastes better with that.
Better with the chicken in there?
Mm-hmm.
You got one fan that's not real big, but it's okay. Each to their own. Everybody likes something different.
Exactly.
Huh?
I said exactly. I'm glad we got some cookies.
Okay, guys. Let me add just a tad bit, a little more. Like a teaspoon. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, I like it. All right, let me check real quick, see if anybody came on. All right, I guess you're not on. All right, no one's on right now. Let's check. Nope, no one on YouTube either. Okay, let me check this rice before I don't want to get sticky and burn. Let me put this over here. I don't have a problem using the same spoon. I just didn't want to get all that sauce in there. It's gonna get mixed with the rice. All right, let's see. Okay, it's a little water. It's still got a little liquid in there, so it needs a few more minutes. The rice does. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add the chicken, and then I'm going to add the broccoli, and we're going to mix it all up. Okay. So. Okay. So. Turn this on. Just going to rinse the knife. See, the stuff that's rinsed up in the other sink, but this, like the cutting board, I wanted that sink so in case, you know, guys, stuff coming off the cutting board can go down the drain. And just rinse it. I'm a person that I don't just like putting my plate in there. I like rinsing it. I like rinsing my plate. Okay. So. All right, we're going to take out this too because I'll rinse it before it gets all thick on there. Okay. All right. Now, what do I do? Oh, here it is. I'm going to stir up chicken in there. Now, according I doubled all the ingredients she used, but it could have used more of the ingredients. Well, more like to make a, like you guys know, like more sauce. Like if I wanted to do that, I would have to put the rest of this chicken broth and some more rice vinegar and whole. And I would not put a lot of it, but I would like to have some more sauce because it doesn't look like, see, doesn't look like a lot. I like to have a little bit of extra, you know, so you can scoop some over your rice when you put it on the rice, you know. But okay, so now broccoli's done. Well, not all the way. I did it for 3 minutes, and it says 5 minutes for 1,000 watt. Our microwave is 1,000 watt, but put it in the pan. And yes, I will. You know, since this is already here, I would have to get the pot and make some more sauce and pour it in here. Because I think it could use more. Well, I don't know. Another minute or two, and then I'm going to check the rice. Because I can't say I doubled this meal. If I did or if I did. Number one, she didn't give exact measurements. And she didn't say like use 2 chicken breasts or 1 chicken breast or 3 or you know she didn't go all that. She just said chicken breast. So using however much chicken you want was up to you. And then when she said it was just an estimate of what she used in the measurements, like 1 to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, I doubled it because I thought I would need more sauce. Now, me doubling it shouldn't change how it would taste because I doubled all the ingredients. You know, all the sauce ingredients. So it's like, should taste like if I did just, you know, regular. You know. Okay, so I'm wondering, I'm gonna put it on medium. I just added the rest of the chicken broth because I didn't want to waste it. And if it dies it down too much, I can add some of the other stuff. Yes, it gives a lot more fun. Let me see. It did calm it down just a tiny bit, but the rice burger, I'm just gonna add 2 of those. Okay. And like 1 scoop of this. That's it. Okay. Stir it up and see what I get. Now we are going to try this again and see it. Just like a couple of things of brown sugar. Okay, put the lid back on. All right. All right, so that helped it. See, you really, you got about half a cup or less of a certain, like the chicken broth left in your life. And it's so little, it's not enough to clean, so I just poured it in here and then added a little more, which is the other ingredients. Just let it. Oh yeah. Okay, that brown sugar helps too. Okay. Now, that should be enough. That should be good. Let it cook for a minute or two. Mix up these flavors I just added in there. Okay, and then while I'm at it, I'm check the rice. Okay. It's okay. It's the same thing. All right, so I took it off, turned it on. It started sticking a little bit to the bottom. Okay, let's see. Hope I did the salt right. Because usually I'll put if I put 3 cups, I'll put 3 teaspoons of salt. 2 cups, so on and so on. But, the electric thing I got, I don't. Actually, it could have used a little more salt. Yes, it could have used a little more salt. But it'll get mixed in with that. But, because, my husband, he likes eating the Chinese white rice and they have no salt, so. But, see, I have this. Okay? It's a grinder. Well, that's a grinder, too. What I might do is, the pepper you shake, I might get the smallest one you can get. Same with the salt. So when it's measured, when I have to measure it, I can measure it. Okay, guys, so. Okay. I think this should be done. It's not as strong as it was. You should try it now. It's better. Actually, it's not as. I don't know what to call it. Too sweet. No, it was good before, but it's kind of dimmed down, if you know what I mean. Okay, guys, so I'm going to turn it off. Everything's off. Okay, it's ready to go, babe. Okay, so it's all ready to go. So you don't want to try it, Emily? You should try the sauce again. It kind of, it's not as sweet. I added a little extra stuff, and I added some of that chicken broth, the rest of it, and it kind of dimmed it down, like not so strong or whatever you consider it. But, okay, guys, so get that out the way. Okay, let me show you guys. See that? That looks so good. Okay. All right. I don't see anybody else coming on here, but hopefully. All right. I didn't think I had it scrolled up enough. I was like, hopefully. Okay, let me rinse this real quick. That's already rinsed. I don't like just to pile my dishes in the sink without rinsing them. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of it, of the chicken and broccoli, and then I'll take a picture of it when I put it in my bowl that's on top of the rice. Okay. All right. So let's go here. Let's get this picture. I'm going to take the spoon out. Okay, and then I'll take a picture. See? Y'all couldn't see the pan I showed. It's hard to see it from my computer, but okay. I added the rest of the chicken broth, and that's what made it more. Remember, I showed it to you the first time in the pan. It didn't have all that extra little salt. Now it does. So that's good because I can always put some on top of the rice. Okay. So I can go out and finish watching it. I'm going to put rice in both. I said I made 2.5. No, I thought it was 2 cups. 2.5 cups of rice, and at the end I ran out, and I was like, I asked somebody, I said, "Do you want me to make more rice?" Because we ran out of rice. No, it's okay. And then this time I said, okay, so instead I'm going to add 3 cups, and I forgot last time it was 2.5, so I only added a half cup more. And my son was here. So. So, yeah, there's enough rice for 1 to 2 people. I don't think one person will eat them. And like, let's say there was leftover of this, the chicken and broccoli, I could always make fresh rice tomorrow. You know. So let me get this. And I'm hoping that's enough broccoli because I didn't do the second bag. So, but if I look at it tomorrow and I think I need more broccoli, which I might if there's any leftover chicken, then I would cook the whole bag all the way till it's hot and then mix it in with this. Now, next time I got to try a beef and broccoli. This is chicken and broccoli, but I want to try a beef and broccoli. Beef and broccoli, you know. I guess you can get chicken and broccoli at the Chinese store, but I never see it on the menu. You can see. Right, that should be enough for me. That's enough for my husband. It's a lot, but if we get full, we always just put it aside. Okay, now let me try and get some of this. If I can get some of this liquid. Trying to pour liquid without getting any broccoli or chicken. Okay. Trying not to get too much. No chicken and broccoli. Okay. I'm sorry, it's on top of the rice. I didn't try to put too much, but if it's too much, you can put it back. All right, guys. Let's taste. Let's do our taste test. Okay, let me get a little mixy. What do I watch? There's somebody I watch that said, let's give it a little mixy. That's where I got that from. And all of a sudden I just said, let's give it a little mixy. Oh, it's that lady. I forgot. I think her name is Kirsten. And she's the one that when she likes something, she goes, you hear it loud. That means she likes it. It's really good. I do my little dance. All right, so let's do this. Oh, let me stand in the corner. Get this out the way, guys. All right, let's get some broccoli and chicken and rice. All right. It's very hot. All right. Oh, that is good. Now tell me what you think of the sauce. I kind of dimmed it down, but does it taste better than that first taste you got? It's a little less. It's not quite as, like, I guess, I don't know. Tastes a little lighter, right? Better? Yeah. So, yeah, this is perfect how I made it. Now I know I'm going to use a whole can of the, and the measurements I used today, just use a little bit more than that. Like, I did the half a cup of the hoisin. When I added that extra chicken broth, I just put 1 squirt of hoisin. I just took the rice vinegar and I just went like that. And I just sprinkled a little bit of brown sugar, and then I stirred it and I tasted it, and it was good, but I just kept adding a little just a little sprinkle of brown sugar until it was just right, and I got just right. So I'm not good at making sauces, but this is because it was a recipe for it. But it's good. Okay? So it's time to get off. I'm done. I'm going to end this the way I end all my lives. I appreciate everybody coming on and watching, whoever did. Oh, hi, Shannon. I didn't see you. Did you just come on? Yeah, you caught the end of my video. I usually, if you got used to it, I usually go live around 5. But this time I went around 5:30 because it's a night my husband doesn't work. So I went around 5:30. Even so, let me see. It is 6:52. Well, it would have been just in time for him to have a bowl because he'd have been getting ready for work. But he doesn't work tonight, Friday night or Saturday night. That's why I usually don't go till 5:30 on Friday or Saturdays. And if you saw my post, I went to a Christmas tree lighting. I'm going to post a picture of me and my husband by the tree, but I haven't yet. But that's why I didn't cook yesterday. Because I knew I was going to cook yesterday because where we were going, I knew I wasn't going to have leftovers. But if I would have went somewhere and had leftovers or cooked at home and had leftovers, then I wouldn't have cooked either. But I'm going to take a picture of my bowl. All right. So, I don't know how good you can see this, Shannon. Okay. But that's the broccoli, chicken and broccoli and rice. But here is just the chicken and broccoli. There's some broccoli in there. I should have made the 2 bags, but okay. But it is really good. It's so good to the point where I'm almost ready to make more tomorrow. Add to this. But it's really good. You know, like the chicken and broccoli at the Chinese places, but mostly on the menu you see beef and broccoli. I don't see chicken and broccoli, but you probably could get it. They probably do have it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I should have looked over here sooner. Yeah, you're an hour ahead. But it's really good. And it's simple to make, you know. You just cut the chicken in slices, or you can cut them in, you know, dice the chicken, however you want. And use as much chicken or less. But the more chicken you use, the more, you know, sauce you'll have to make. But if you go back and rewatch this, the measurements for the sauce is at the beginning, but those are not exact measurements. The person who made the recipe said it's a estimate on what she used, but not perfect. So it could be more or less. So I used the estimates that she gave, and it tasted good. It was a little strong, but what I did was I added the rest of the chicken broth from the can because there was some left, and I added the rest of that, and then I added like a squirt more of this Wholesome sauce, 2 things of this, like that, of the rice vinegar, and a sprinkle or so or 2 of some brown sugar, and then I stirred it up, and it made a little extra sauce that I could put on the rice because there wasn't any extra sauce at all. Got mixed with the chicken and broccoli, and then I had to add, after adding all that, after adding the rest of the can of the chicken broth, it was pretty good. It dimmed it down, and I just added a few more sprinkles of brown sugar again, and it, you know, made it perfect. So, and then I had a little extra sauce I was able to add to the rice in here. So there's a little extra sauce, but so that's pretty good. So I did use the measurements she gave. Plus at the end I used a little more when I added the rest of the chicken broth. So in the end I ended up using a whole can of chicken broth. So I used 3 chicken breasts, a whole can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to I might put it in the comments later what I used, and it came out perfect. I'm going to put her measurements plus the extra I used at the end. I'm going to add that on. So if I used 1 more squirt of this, it was just a little bit more than half a cup. This was 2 tablespoons, and I did 2, so it was probably about 3 tablespoons. This one, I put 2 tablespoons of this, and then at the end I put some more sprinkles, so it was probably another tablespoon or so, depending how sweet you want it. If you want it more sweet or less sweet. And then a whole can of chicken broth, 3 chicken breasts, and however much rice you want to make, depending how many people are eating. So, but yeah, I'll put my total measurements in the comments. They're going to be a little bit more than she did and it's a guesstimate, but I know I used what she put down as measurements plus a little more, so I know what I did. So I'll put that to total what I did, and that went with 3 chicken breasts. And I ended up taking the chicken slices and cutting them in, you know, half or thirds to make it look like more chicken. But if nobody eats this, then tomorrow I'm thinking of making the other bag of broccoli. Plus, I have a chicken wrapped in the freezer. 1 chicken I was thinking of making that and adding it to this. And if I have to make a little more sauce, I can do that. I thought about it, but that's a maybe. But anyways, how you been doing today, Shannon? Forgot to ask you, how you been doing? How you been doing? So yeah, I'm going to end this live. And I appreciate everybody who's come on here and said hi, even if it was a quick hi. You at least said hi, showed up. And I'm going to appreciate anybody who comes and watches the replay later on. And like I said earlier, I do post these on Facebook for about 6 months, and then the video disappears because most of my lives are 3 months. It automatically says 3 months, but I up this to 6 months for the food videos. But if y'all want me to leave it on permanently, you let me know, and I can leave them on permanently. But you can always save the video if it's a recipe you want to save. You can save it in your saved videos on Facebook. You can you can write the recipe down, the name of the recipe, and the ingredients I say, and then or whatever you want to write down from what I say. And I did get this recipe from. It's an app called Lemon 8. Lemon like a lemon, and 8 right next to it. The number 8. It's an app. It's very cool. It kind of reminds you of Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that. You can post stuff on your page. You can, save recipes. Save like you see a hairdo. You can save somebody shows their nail. Like you save on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. You can save things and it's kind of like that because soon. The app Lemon 8 is going to be combining. Well, there's still going to be separate apps, but the same login is going to be for TikTok and Lemon 8. So if you use both, they're going to have the same login, and you got to do that. Or after like a few months after that, they'll give you till you lose your account or something like that. I read it somewhere, but they're going to combine and all that. So. If you want to try it, I kind of downed it a little bit, so you might like it better. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna, and stay positive, do your thing. I love you guys, and I'll be on live Monday between 2 and 3 on this page on Facebook.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
So YouTube, I'll be on my Elizabeth Gibbs Facebook page. It's better. So I'll talk to you later, Shannon. My brother and I ate sushi with some. Okay, that's good. Well, you have a good evening, Shannon.
I think when you first did it was too much of this.
And y'all all have a good evening. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, YouTube.